What's going on, geeks? Happy 2024. Jeremy here with the Geekly Grind, and today I've got a brand new Beadle Grimm shipment in that I'm going to be unboxing and showing you all the goodies inside. Once again, thank you, Beadle Grimm, for sending over all the latest and greatest. Always love digging into your stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're looking at today is this. Planescape DM Vault. And so this is essentially a collection of enhancements for any Planescape games that you are looking to run as a DM. And what's inside? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. To start, it's really quite a beautiful packaging. This sort of tin package makes it a bit more sturdy. Although I will say the shipping, I think it was a bit harder on some of the materials on the inside in shipping, but it's okay. Overall, it still came out fine. We've got this summary of all of the goodies inside, the encounter cards, the battle maps, etc. So you get a good idea of what to expect. And then we have this Planescape folder here that includes all kinds of good stuff. So we've got, I want to say this is probably like a DM notebook that you can use because there's an area here for some observation notes and that sort of thing. So maybe you can track that down. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a player's book because that's what these blue journals are for. There are multiples of these memory trackers, and they're a really cool design. And if you look on the inside here, you'll see there's a memory, so notes for that, where, when, and what does that mean, or what does that make me? So it makes me think that these are more for your players to utilize. And then we've got a bunch of handouts in here, including a deed of unbridled planetary conquest. So this is good to have handy in case you need to, declare a planet is rightfully yours. You've got everything that you need here. It's in the paperwork. So we've got that, and really a handful of other really cool items on the inside here. Typical handwritten notes and that sort of thing. This looks handy. Certificate of death. You probably won't need those, but can't be too careful. And that's the handouts that Beadle Grimm provides really, like I mentioned, really does enhance the experience if you know how to use them and how to dole them out and when. We've got some great pieces of art here. So kind of 8.5 by 11 sized, landscapes and things like that. And then we have some miniature maps. So if you're just looking to give your players a lay of the land, or to recreate these maps using your own materials or drawing it out on a kind of whiteboard style map, etc., it gives you the layout of that. And I like this one. This is the casino map. That's kind of cool. So that's what is included in this folder. Moving on from that, we have some beautiful cloth maps here, starting with the Outlands. So this is a world map, and it is just really beautiful. When I took this out, my wife was looking at it and like, you can just build an entire world around this. You don't even need the module. And she's right. There's a lot of really awesome detail here in the map. All the various sections are clearly laid out. A lot of the landscapes, forests, mountains, large amounts of water, the various lakes that are in the middle. So really just a beautiful map, sort of laying out the world there for the Outlands. And similarly, a more urban layout is with this map of the city of Sigil, or the city of Doors, I believe it is. And so, Sigil, the city of Doors. And so this is just another really well detailed map with all the major notable elements: the prison, the armory, the Hall of Records, Hall of Information, etc., etc. So as your players are sort of navigating through this world, if they happen to pick up a map of the city, they'll be glad to pull this out any chance they get to take a look at where they are and get their bearings. So those are both really awesome, awesome quality maps, as is par for the course for Beadle Grimm. This next map is also pretty big, sort of oversized map of the Mortuary. And this is a great sort of classic design dungeon map. This could be utilized in any number of a mortuary basement. There it is. This could be utilized in any number of campaigns. Just the way that it's laid out, the various rooms, you can implement traps in different places, etc. So I think it's just honestly a great map. And the same goes for this other side, which is the Sigil Street. This just provides a DM with a traditional street layout with some buildings on either side. So if you're just looking to do some urban warfare or just have a city map on hand, the Sigil Street is a great option for that. There are some little maps in here as well. So these little small kind of 2x2 maps, there are a number of them. I didn't open all of them up to show them here. This one's handy and pretty looking, isn't it, with the giant mouth? But there are a number of them that you will work through as players navigate a key part of the module. So you can see more of them there below. And then this one here that I'm opening up is for the Acheron Gateway. So this is just another sort of battleground map in case you need to take your players into a sort of desert wasteland type arena. That's what the Acheron Gateway here is. And then, as I mentioned, there are some smaller maps here, similar design to the first one I showed you. The Tales from the Warehouse are a common inclusion with the Beadle Grimm sets. These are basically some additional adventures that you can run with your players that are placed within the same world and just gives you a little bit extra options in terms of what you have your players do. So Beadle Grimm always puts some time into that, which I appreciate. And then here we have a selection of small pieces of artwork from Beadle Grimm. These are great little pieces because they hang over the DM screen and can help set the scene for your players. Whether they're heading into an inn, they meet a new NPC, they walk in to see a villain doing something maniacal, or they're approaching a city. No matter what it is, there are dozens of art cards here to help provide your players with a more immersive experience. I mean, some of these are just really, really beautiful. So, love those. And then finally, the encounter cards, probably one of my favorite things in any Beadle Grimm set. So the encounter cards, in case you haven't seen them before, haven't encountered them before, features a number of enemies and NPCs and potentially allies. The art is on the front, and on the back are the stats. So you hang it over the DM screen. On the back, you can see the challenge rating, their abilities, their vulnerabilities, all that good stuff. And so there's just a lot of really great selections here from the Planescape module for DMs to incorporate into their games and give players a better idea of what it is that they are getting themselves into. And that's it. That is the Planescape DM Vault. I've reviewed many of their sets in the past, and I will say this again. You may encounter a bit of sticker shock when you go and you look at the product and you think, oh my gosh, why would I spend $200 on this, or whatever the price might be? But I I am of the firm belief that if you have a group of players that you're playing with regularly and you have a setting that you enjoy, it is a worthwhile investment, a very worthwhile investment to pitch in and get these sets to be able to provide the handouts, the encounter cards, the maps, and all those other sorts of goodies that otherwise you might have to piecemeal or make, kind of bring together yourself. And so, again, I'm a fan of the tin. I like the sort of aesthetic, the look of this. I hope that the shipping is not damaging to your materials or not terribly hurting your materials as it comes in. But other than that, once again, Beadle Grimm has provided a great set with a lot of really valuable materials and some additional maps that I know I'm going to be adding to my regular rotation. And yeah, it's just an excellent supplement to an already great module, which is Planescape. So thank you again, Beadle Grimm, for sending over this DM Vault for us to check out. You can find it on their website. I'll include it in the description below. Until next time, happy gaming, everybody.